All right, Bates verse. For stories, one giant mess. First up, Warden is trending after that TikTok sparks a pylon of pattern allegations and a heated Reddit debate. Some call it messy single guy drama. Others say it's deeper and way more concerning, especially with unverified age gap chatter floating around. Meanwhile, Clark Family Music's wholesome album promo is getting dragged into the Katie Travis rumor storm, with commenters roasting the Exalt His Name optics and turning the comment section into a full-blown culture war. And then Reddit is laughing and side-eyeing after someone stitches Gil's live righteously sermons over Bates' influencer moments, basically asking who is he preaching to, the world or his own kids. And finally, fans say Current's management added Lawson and Tiffany, and now everyone's watching for the same influencer template effect: more polish, more ads, and the big fear kid content strategy. If you want the next update the second it hits, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and tell me which story is the biggest red flag today. A viral TikTok just slapped Warden Bates' name on a giant red flag, and the fandom is spiraling because the Bates family brand is courtship, purity culture, and chaperones. Any whisper of messy dating behavior hits louder, and this one is getting passed around like a warning label. Here's what's lighting up TikTok and Reddit right now. A TikTok making the rounds flat out names Warden Bates on screen and claims, "I met Warden Bates, talked to him for 3 months, then got played with a caption that basically tells girls to run." That alone would have been enough to get the snark spaces buzzing. But people say the comment section is where it really escalated. According to the chatter, multiple commenters jumped in, implying they've had similar experiences, or at least that they're not shocked by the story. And once you get a comment section that starts sounding like Me Too without receipts, it doesn't stay on TikTok for long. The conversation spilled into Reddit, where it turned into a full debate about double standards, courtship rules, and whether this is just single guy behavior or something more manipulative. One of the first reactions on Reddit is basically disbelief. People asking, does he not have to have a chaperone? Because in the Bates/IBLP adjacent world, the public expectation is strict supervision for dating, especially for the girls. And that's exactly where the double standard argument kicks in. Commenters saying girls are raised to be monitored and pure, while boys are often given way more freedom and then excused as just being guys. From there, the fandom splits into camps fast. Camp 1 shrugs and goes, "Look, at least he's single." The logic is better to be messy now than become a husband who cheats later. Like a weird, could be worse defense. But Camp 2 is not buying it. They're saying, why are we rewarding the bare minimum and arguing that being unmarried doesn't excuse misleading people or treating them like disposable options? And the most uncomfortable part of the thread is the alleged pattern. Commenters describing a scenario where girls are led to believe they're the only one, then they get ghosted. To be clear, these are online allegations, unverified claims bouncing between TikTok and Reddit. There's no official statement, no confirmed timeline, and anonymous comments are not proof. But the reason it's exploding is because the story fits into a larger conversation about purity culture. If someone is raised to treat romantic attention as future spouse energy, then even a short talking stage can hit like emotional whiplash. Then the temperature changes again when commenters start tossing around age claims like he's 22 and a separate claim that the TikTok poster is younger, even a teen. Again, unverified. But the fact that people are even alleging that is why the tone shifts from gossip to concern. The fandom tension is real. People want the Bates kids to be more normal, but not in a way that harms others. So, is this just messy dating or a bigger pattern worth clocking? Keep it locked, because the next story is pure wholesome branding meets chaos timing. Plus, wait till you see how the Clark Family Music Exalt His Name album promo is getting dragged into Katie and Travis rumor territory. Here's what set everyone off. A Clark Family Music Instagram post is making the rounds again, promoting a brand new album titled Exalt His Name. The vibe of the post is classic polished family branding, smiling group photo, upbeat caption, and the standard available on streaming platforms link in bio rollout. Normally, that would be a quiet niche announcement for the people who actually listen, but the Bringing Up Bait subreddit grabbed it and basically turned it into a live reaction thread because commenters immediately started connecting the promo to the rumors circling around Katie and Travis. And that's where the tone gets brutal. A wave of reactions isn't even about the music. It's about the optics. Multiple people are essentially saying, imagine recording an album as a family and then your brother does that right before release. Implying the promo feels messy and badly timed. Not because the album is wrong, but because the internet has decided there's scandal smoke in the background, and now every wholesome caption reads like a PR move. Then comes the line that really lit the fuse. People mocking the album title and calling it tone deaf in light of the cheating chatter. Some commenters are making dark jokes like, so, we're exalting his name while someone's allegedly acting up. Others push it further, framing the whole post as a calculated distraction, like the family is trying to drown out gossip with a faith-forward rollout. And you can literally watch the rumor machine at work. You've got the wait since when crowd genuinely confused, asking how they missed this Travis cheated narrative. And then you got replies acting like it's common knowledge. That's the scary part. Repeated confidence turns a rumor into everyone knows in record time. No receipts required. From there, the thread splinters into pure internet chaos. Some commenters go after Travis with harsh emotional language. Others are focused on Katie, saying it's uncomfortable if she's being pulled into the crossfire while everyone jokes on a family business page. And then, because it's Reddit, someone derails the entire thing into grammar policing, complaining about how a top commenter repeats words or spells things wrong. Suddenly, people are arguing about empathy, ESL possibilities, and whether it's gross to nitpick spelling while accusing someone of betrayal. The album itself doesn't escape either. People clown on the song titles, label it generic CCM, and treat the track list like meme fuel. The point isn't whether the music is good. It's that the promo is being reinterpreted through scandal goggles. And one detail matters. Some commenters note the photo or post may be older, like it was normal content at the time, but now it's being dragged into today's narrative. Same image, totally different reaction because context changed. So what's worse here? People hijacking a music promo to drag Travis, or the possibility that the family is using faith-forward content to soften the blow of rumors. Don't touch that dial because the next story is the kind of petty editing that turns into a whole thesis. Up next, Gilbait's sermons get stitched over. Influence Clips and Reddit is asking one savage question. Who are you talking to, Gil? Here's the setup, and it's petty in the most organized way possible. A new post in the Bringing Up Bait's Snark universe is making the rounds after someone stitched together audio clips from Gilbait's sermons. Those very holiness, modesty, and righteous living moments and layered them over clips and photos of the Bates kids and in-laws doing well, the exact opposite of what he's preaching. The creator even admits it's something silly and not perfectly put together. But that disclaimer doesn't matter because the concept lands instantly. It's basically a fandom-made highlight reel of the disconnect between the pulpit message and the influencer lifestyle. And Reddit ate it up. First wave of comments, people praising the edit like it's an award-winning expose. Multiple commenters are calling the creator the unofficial editor of the year, saying the timing of the clips was chef's kiss, and that the contrast is so obvious it doesn't even need narration. The funniest part, according to fans, was when the montage included Evan in particular because any Evan clip is basically instant meme material, and viewers said those moments pushed it from shade into comedy with a thesis. Then comes the chaos suggestions. People were joking that someone should literally play the video behind Gil while he's preaching, like a surprise visual aid. Others said it should be projected next Sunday, like it's part of church announcements. And yes, a bunch of commenters were begging for it to be posted everywhere, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere it might cross into the family's orbit. But the thread doesn't stay funny for long because the comments quickly turn into a deeper argument about what this says about Gil's influence. Now, one camp thinks he's fully aware and hates it. Like, he sees the sponsorships, the outfits, the mainstream vibes, and quietly disapproves, but can't control grown adults. Another camp argues he's essentially preaching into the void because the influencer machine is louder than any sermon and way more profitable. And then you get the noticeably absent debate. People claiming Gil seems less visible in a lot of their social media moments and speculating it's either distance, discomfort, or just a sign that he doesn't want his image attached to the influencer era. Again, that's fan interpretation, not confirmed intent, but you can see why it sticks when the family content has shifted so hard over the years. The spiciest point in the whole thread is the one nobody can really dodge. Gil helped open the door to the public family machine in the first place. And now the consequences are algorithmic, monetized, and impossible to control. As one vibe in the comments suggests, you can't build a brand on strict rules, then act shocked when the audience starts fact-checking your standards against your own family's highlight reels. So, the post becomes more than a silly edit. It becomes a mirror. And depending on who's watching, it's either hilarious or it's a reality check. Do you see this as harmless satire, fans clowning on hypocrisy? Or is it a sign the Bates brand is officially collapsing under the weight of influencer life? Up next, fans say Current's management is adding Lawson and Tiffany, and the comment section is already predicting a full same template new couple takeover. According to fans tracking the moves in real time, Current's management appears to have added Lawson and Tiffany as new clients. And the second people spotted it, the conversation wasn't congrats, it was, oh no, here comes the influencer template. If you've been watching the Bates verse lately, you already know why this hits a nerve. A bunch of viewers say there's a clear before and after when certain couples sign with management. Suddenly, the content feels more polished, more trend-driven, and depending on who you ask, more manufactured. One commenter flat out claims this is why everyone's videos start resembling the same couple style, calling it copy and paste, algorithm chasing, and basically a curated format that's optimized for brand deals. And yes, the thread gets spicy fast. People immediately start predicting who signs next. Josie is a name that gets thrown around a lot because once one more couple joins, it starts to look less like random influencing and more like a full influencer network. Then comes the bigger argument. What does management actually change? Fans say it can push couples into whatever performs best, even if it's repetitive, cringe, or crosses personal boundaries. In the comments, people bring up the now familiar perfect husband content style, like husbands filming themselves prepping postpartum care items for their wives. Some viewers find it sweet. Others call it staged good guy theater, and they connect that trendy format to the same management influence, like it's a packaged storyline designed to farm praise and engagement. But the darkest cloud hanging over the whole conversation is the one word that keeps popping up: kids. Multiple commenters argue that once management enters the picture, the strategy becomes obvious. Kids sell. That's the fear fans can't shake. That family content shifts even more toward child-centered moments because the algorithm rewards it. And in the same breath, people start calling that exploitative, saying it's uncomfortable when children become the content engine. Not everyone is negative, though. There's a smaller camp that's actually hoping management improves Lawson and Tiffany's output. Some commenters basically beg, please, for the love of everything, can someone help them post in real time? Because viewers are tired of watching content that feels months behind, like Christmas footage uploaded when everyone else is already in spring. The hope is that a company will bring structure, consistent posting, cleaner edits, fewer confusing timelines, and a more professional rollout. And then because this is influencer culture, people start citing everything as potentially strategic. Fans speculate whether management teams manufacture drama, even down to follows, unfollows, and awkward silences. The logic is simple. Once content becomes business, every move starts looking like a plan. So, what does this likely mean going forward? More coordinated posting, more sponsorships, more cross-promotion, tighter edits, and if the pattern holds, more of the glossy, trend-friendly style that turns everyday life into a product. And that's why this